Welcome to the Brutiful Game. As always, I am Blake here with Ferris and Ron. And on tonight's episode of the Brutiful Game, we're going to recap the fun of the North London derby that was. We saw the top teams in London battle it out for a 2-2 draw at the Emirates. Then we're going to talk for only half the time if you were to cut Newcastle's 8-0, yes, 8-0 scoreline against Sheffield United in half. That's some interesting math you got there, Ferris. It's at 4 minutes. That equals the amount of time that Sheffield had any chance to think they might do something. Amazing. And finally, we're going to run down the rest of the action from around the Premier League as we go over our 2-minute drill and all that. And then we blow the halftime whistle as the villain of the veal, the lion of the lamb chop. I like that, actually. What? Why? Oh, and that's for Ron's beer news intro. That's That's brutal. Brutal. Meat, meat saying for Ron. That might be my favorite phrase. Uh, that's veal clever. Oh my God, that makes me happy. But Ron is going to fill our ears with the news about beer, with all the news that's fit to drink in this edition of Ron's Beer News. Dip, 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 dip. And then finally, we're going to close out the pod with a fond farewell to two legends of U.S. women's soccer as we say goodbye to Julie Ertz and Megan Rapinoe, who have hung their national team boots up for the very last time this past week. But first, it's time for the beer. We should really do this before the pod. Who wants to go first? Forgot to ask. Yeah, okay. Hey, it's true. Well, that's funny. When we get to my beer, we've got something in common. That's very funny. You know, it's just people that are too busy making good beer to deal with that crap. Oh, that is cool. I like that. That's funny. That's a very like when we were looking at different logos and beginning ideas for Brutal Game, like that's very reminiscent of some of the stuff. Well, I'm in a similar boat, at least in terms of information. I am currently up in Bristol, Connecticut right now. And so that's if the pod sounds a little funny on my end, that's why. Um, I'm in a cabin in a campground. It's beautiful out here, and the Wi-Fi is what it is. So we're making it work. But there are a lot of breweries around me, and I managed to get to one before I'd start the pod. And it's a place called Relic Brewing. And if you go to relicbeer.com, you're going to see where they are. You're going to see they got an Oktoberfest celebration coming up October 7th. And they'll mention a couple of their beers that are coming. But it's a very it's almost like a one sheet. Like it's just written out as information. And it says where to find it. And that's kind of it. But luckily, when I went in, I got to tell you guys, I was trying to find a picture online of the interior of the place. I sent you a picture of the outside. It's a hole in the wall, and I wanted to take a picture in the inside, but I didn't want to cheese people off because I sent you guys that picture. It's kind of like long brick building, and I'm like, I don't think I'm in the right spot. Wait, there's the sign. Is this their brewing and not their bar? You know what I mean? And then I'm like, oh no, that's a door with a sign that says open that's been hung on a string, like on a hook just outside on the brick like this. And I was like, okay. So I opened the door. The bar's like 6 feet from me, and all these old dudes trying to go, hey, it's Frank. Hey, that ain't Frank, but I made you guys look. What's up, man? And then I'll turn around and they're sitting there drinking. If we didn't have this pod, I'd have been like, guys, hi, I'm new to the area, and I'd have pulled up right and sat with those dudes but I probably wouldn't have got out of there until like 2:00 in the morning. But they look great, and I was trying to find food, and I thought they had food, and they did not. But you walk in, and there's a bunch of liquor because they also make cocktails, and then there's and it's a very it's a wide building, but it's short, and like the room that we were in is not that big. And so they are, as they describe themselves, a small batch craft beer. And I looked to my left, and they had a bunch of shelves of 4-packs to go. And I was like, yeah, okay, well, I'll get something to go. Was looking at their stuff, and this dude comes around, and he's like, hey, man, I can let you take everything on here is also on tap right now. So if you want to try something, I was like, yeah, I'll try a couple of these. I told him I was coming to the area, and then I got the information. Ron, you stuck with a German beer, and so did I, because why not? It's still Oktoberfest. So 3 weeks in a row, baby. They had their Oktoberfest. They're doing their Oktoberfest celebration on the 7th with like a band and stuff. But I snagged that and another one. Maybe I'll do another pod. And there's no information to be had except I met the brewmaster and the owner. And so he was like, yeah, I really like this Oktoberfest. It's a very traditional Mars, and it's to the letter. And then I edged the malt up a bit so that we would be distinct, be a little crisper with like a little sweet crispness on it that makes us a little different than everybody else. And he was like so proud to talk about it. But he's a very like I'm doing not justice to him because I'm way too excited. He was very chill, very calm, like his little Jedi Knight over there, like brewing beer. Like, but he was like super excited about this this beer. So I'm stoked to try it. I love we got three Oktoberfests in a row. Oh, and this is 5.5% alcohol for this. Yep. Well, and apparently they dropped a new beer that was an old beer they did pre-COVID and never brought back, and they just dropped it this week, and people are freaking out that it's back. This double IPA. So I haven't tried that yet, but that's in the fridge. Yeah, man, it looks awesome. I will say, so the website's not complicated to Relic, but when I'm looking on their at pictures online, they do really nice labels. But then it's those sticker ones. You know, guys, I'm talking about, like it's just a silver plain can and they slap a sticker on it. Sorry. There we go. All right. Cheers, gentlemen. Or Prost one more time. Ooh. Oh, man, that's really good. It is a little bit breadier, but it's not too sweet. It's not like a sickly sweet. It's a super crisp Marzen. Yeah, that Pilsner gives you that grassy, like skunk flavor, skunky, like in a good way. This is slamming. I could rip through these four tonight easily. This is really good. I did to give an Oktoberfest report, or we're still in the beer. I went to the Schultzbrow Oktoberfest this past weekend. I sent you guys a video of my daughter singing Ziggy Ziggy Oi Oi, which made me very happy. Because she's never been to an Oktoberfest. She said I let her pick the seat. We got there early, like 11:30 a.m. Things kicked off around noon, and she was like, "I want to sit here." I was like, "All right in front of the band." And or just down from the band. And the first time the band was called the Checkers, spelled like Czechoslovakia, spells Czech. And they're that's where they're from. And they one dude super thick accent, and they were a great oompa band. And the first time they did the I'm pros and then did the Ziggy Ziggy Oi Oi, my daughter was like, what's going on? Because everybody stood up and had their steins up. So literally on the second go, she was in. On the third go, I was going to get another liter of Fest beer, which was the Fest beer at Schultzbrow was great. I came out and she goes, "You missed it, Dad. You missed a Ziggy Ziggy." I was like, "Don't worry, I'll be back for the next one." Like, and they always have great German food, but they did this crazy German it's like a charcuterie board, except it's all like sausages. It was ridiculous, from like a cold smoked summer sausage to veal, vice versa, and like, oh my god! I mean, it was friggin' amazing. I didn't get the chicken schnitzel. They did have chicken schnitzel there, but we got the sausage platter to share between my wife, my mom, and I, because my daughter gets her own little Nürnberger sausage combo, and she eats. The links are like this big. She eats all of them. I say this like she's crazy. But we were stuffed. We couldn't even hardly finish that. Like, so good. But so I have been Germaning it up. With the exception of going there, I feel like I've Oktoberfested more than I ever have before. Yeah. What's the legal drinking age in What's legal drinking age in Germany? When can I take my daughter to Oktoberfest? Okay. All right, cool. We weren't sure. I was like, it's Germany. Could it be 15? I don't know. It could be. I'll look that up. All right, gents. Gosh, this beer's good. Shall we move on to the football? You're no son of mine. Nice musical inferences there, Ferris. Saying Arteta and Arsenal. This Young Son's double keeps Tottenham above Arsenal on the table with a 2-2 draw at the Emirates. Arsenal took the lead twice in each half via Romero own goal and a Saka penalty conversion at the hand of Romero, but only to be pegged back each time by the new Tottenham duo of James Maddison and Heung-min Son. As Son's brace was enough for Tottenham to get a big draw on the road. Is it a draw? Your question, is this a draw that feels like a loss for Arsenal and a win for Tottenham? I don't know. It feels like a draw. That penalty would have gone. Yeah, but that penalty, that was a goal. If that dude's hand hadn't been in the way, that's going in the goal. So, like, I don't really. That doesn't feel. I actually was more frustrated that it was a PK because I was like, you could miss this now. You weren't going to miss this if that hand wasn't in the way. Did you listen to the? Did you happen to listen to the two Robbies podcast this week? Because they actually, it's funny because they Musto kind of goes into this a little bit because he reads the letter of the law, and you know the first one is it's just they simplified it, right? There's kind of like two things, and one is your hands has to move to it, or your body has to be unusually large and not natural position. And the problem is that second phrase, as he points out, he's like, is completely subjective. He was like, now, if they don't call a PK and you're that close to the goal and hit someone's hand, I think any team melts down and goes, what are you talking about? Like, that ball was going in and a hand prevented it from happening. So it has to be a PK. But now that the rule's been simplified, technically, on the pitch, that ref could have not called it like he did with the Man U Tottenham. And you could say it's the letter of the law only because the second part is they made it simpler to try and get rid of. Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, right. This could have been proximity, except that the hand literally stops the goal. So then you go, well, you got to call it, right? But it's like, but why do we even have to say that as a question? And that's because how it's written right now. It's a very odd. Now, was that was called VAR too, right? Yeah, yeah. It was not called. It wasn't called pitch. It was VAR. Yeah. And I mean, I just can't imagine. Take Arsenal out of it. Any club. Can you imagine if like that close to the goal and a hand hit it, that people would melt down? But Musto's point was technically it could have, and you could argue that it was the letter of the law. So anyway, that all being said, no, I think once I think we could have held on if Rice hadn't gotten the injury and gotten out. The midfield fell apart at that point, and I don't feel like it's a loss only because Arsenal hasn't quite hit the groove yet, and Tottenham has been firing on all cylinders. I called a 2-2 for this match, actually, because I guess that's why I don't feel that way. This was kind of the scoreline I anticipated. Yes. You know why? What you got one run? Yeah. You know, I think the difference is, I think Raya is calmer and cooler leader in the back, and I think he plays out of the back better, a little bit better. I think, and when we're talking about this, dude, I'm talking here. I really do think it's a matter of it's very close, and you might not be able to make a mistake going either way. But I think Raya is probably a little more consistent, and I think that's who you're going to see start for a bit. Ramsdale's EFL Cup, I do believe. Was that today? I thought he did. I didn't. Oh, see? All right. I could take her to Germany 2 years sooner. Oh, no, right. They're playing. No. Well, the thing that Rice gets injured, or Rice goes out with a knock or injury, Trossard can't play because he's hurt from coming out of the PSV game. So as soon as Rice went out, I was like, we might actually just lose this thing. So you're right, but that's to your point that like they're you know. Yeah, Jesus and yeah. Yeah, that was interesting. Yeah. Yeah. But he could have won the game for them. And he definitely missed one I think he shouldn't have. But we know the rumors. Yep. And apparently Brentford's already wanting 80 million. Well, but guess what? What does that mean? He goes to Chelsea for 95. We know how the story ends. Yeah, Arsenal will go for 95. People go, well, they're crazy. What are you thinking? And then Chelsea will jump in for 110, 115. Yeah. 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 Good Lord. Yeah. Man, yeah. I don't know. I'm not worried yet. I'm worried about injuries. There you go. That's where I'm at. Yeah, but well, why don't they play Sancho? He's not even allowed to the practice field. Can you believe? Oh my God. I mean, how is that not on here? Like, that's crazy. Oh, so am I missing the tagline for this one? Oh, there's a oh. Well, if it's singing, I feel like you have to sing it. Wait, I know it's what makes it great. 'That was amazing. First, well played. Was this a genesis for Newcastle as they became the first team in Premier League history to have 8 different goal scorers? Was there a team with 7? Did they leapfrog anything? Was it? But 8. Can we do a pod on that? I mean, that was hysterical. Well, and 8 different goal scorers. I mean, Liverpool was it last year? Liverpool beat Bournemouth 9-2, or was it 9-0? 9-2. Yeah, it was a big one. But this one is 8 different goal scorers. That's the difference. Like you said, this is basically, I mean, other than the goalkeeper, everybody basically makes this happen. Okay. So, so last August 27th, it was Liverpool 9 over Bournemouth. But it was 2 from Luis Diaz. Harvey Elliott had 1. Trent Alexander had 1. Firmino had 2. Van Dijk had 1. Chris Metham had an on goal. And then Fabio Carvalho had 1 in the 80th. So that's 7 people, one of them being an own goal. But yeah, that was 9-0. But not with, yeah, that's bonkers. What?
Whoa.
Who was that? One person in one match. It's Harry Redknapp. Look at Ferris' face. that was great. Good grief. I mean, so is Newcastle getting their groove back, or Sheffield that bad? Dude, I just don't know. It's hard. It's hard to get a handle on where they're at. It is crazy looking at these stats. 22 total shots. That's bonkers. It's funny. The possession doesn't. They have dominate, but it doesn't look that bad. Like you please see plenty of game. It's just it's so wide. Nope. We're gonna start switching to Bundesliga style, where there's just more goals in general. Yeah. All right, Newcastle. From Genesis on to the recap of Week 5, as if you this is a new for us. So if you've listened to the last couple of pods, but we're going to talk about what happened in the match with one question and a 2-minute drill. First up is Ron. No, I think both clubs need to get some pep in their step though, or they're going to catch themselves in trouble. Yeah, they're just. I think they need to be careful, or they're. I think especially Fulham is going to be lucky of who's below them. You know what I mean? But anyway, boom! Ferris was right as Luton Town get their first Premier League points of the campaign against the Wolves, courteous of a dubious 65-minute penalty awarded 1-1 on the day. Did VAR get it right, gentlemen? I think you're correct about that. Yeah. Gary Linkler. I can't. Why can't I say his name? Lineker. Thank you very much. He says it's preposterous. Mike Dean. I mean, who cares what he says? But he thought it was insane that it was called. Um, yeah. How is that a penalty? He can't subtly turn his body within a split second. A very bad decision. Yeah. Yeah. Straight. Yeah. They just, man, they're so frustratingly good about getting players in and letting and them fitting into the system so well. Like they're excellent at it. And since Chelsea's taken all the financial fair play conversation away from Man City, even though they're the ones that are being investigated, it's funny. Like how good they're looking. They lost on purpose. I saw it on Twitter. The Pep's a genius. Brentford, what's wrong with you? That's all I could think. Yeah. I wonder who Calvert Lewin will be playing for soon. He's not going to stay there. Accurate. Yeah. Johnny Evans shines a lovely Bruno volley and a lovely Bruno. God, hold on. Cut. Take two. I drove to Connecticut today. I'm so tired. Johnny Evans shines and lovely Bruno volley is the decider as Man United get the 1-0 away victory over Burnley. John and Evans, eh? No, it was amazing to do all that and make that happen on your 50th birthday. Nonetheless, is amazing. Realtor. Yeah. They just got to get that other Sancho stuff. All that other mess just needs to get cleaned up, man. didn't know that was. Well, I mean, Ten Hag can't control that, but the Sancho thing, like, God, it was just yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Ferris. I tell you what, if they'd go and bomb out of Europa real fast, I mean, maybe. I think them and Man City are the two best for their bench and quality rotation. And like you said, changing tactics. I love that. I love that Ron's suffering, and then Ferris just hands over the present to say happy birthday. Oh yeah, with the Aston Villa logo. Oh, that's amazing. I didn't know that. That sounds like happy birthday. Here's a shirt. I I still think whew, I don't know, man. Those Arsenal matches, you never know. Those North London derbies, yeah, they could go crazy. Probably not. Probably not. We'll see what happens. And finally, I said London. Sorry, not North. Not London. Again, I've been driving all day. And finally, Liverpool is second in the table as they put 3 past West Ham at Anfield, 3-1 Liverpool. Are Liverpool title contenders again? I'm just not ready to say they're clinical enough to actually chase the title. I could see them sitting comfortably in second for a long time. I just don't know. Playing on Thursdays. You say that, but traditionally, let me tell you, this is where Liverpool pulls some boners, as they used to say back in the 50s. You never heard that? You've never seen the meme where people share all those comic books from like the 50s where characters say that term, but as like you pulled a bonehead move, you pulled a boner? You just wait. You're going to get a ton of those. $409. Oh, wow. A great name. $333. Oh, Nashy Light. That's a good one. That would be 402. Yeah. Allagash White. It's so good. Oh my gosh. I'm in New England. I should be able to go get that anywhere. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. That's just down the way, man. Yeah. That's an awesome place. Oh yeah, yeah. Brett. So it's a style. It's an Italian. It's an Italian style. I don't know what style it is, but it's Italian. I Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah. Oh, gosh, right. How could I have forgotten? If I had a nickel. Horse blanket. You know what's wild? I know exactly what they're talking about. Yes. No. Horse blanket. Ron knows that too. I don't know how to describe it other than it's a horse blanket. Like you pull the blanket off the horse under the saddle, and it's just a very distinct like smell. It's every horse. It's always the same. Yeah, that's wild. I mean, that brings like childhood, like having to clean the horses and stuff after a ride. Like, yeah, man. What's left over in the field? Like just scraping up whatever's left over in the field after you've already chopped and cut it. He grabs whatever ingredients. It's like what do you call it? You throw everything in the Yeah, you throw everything in the pot that's left over in the fridge, but it's with your field. It's a root. Just solid and consistent. And so go ahead, Ron. She's, I mean, also, but I don't know how you can take away like how good her ability is on the pitch, but off the pitch as a leader, as well as amongst the new players as they came in to the team. Like she's one of those players already from a player standpoint, elevates the team immediately because you can do so many more things when she's on the pitch. But as far as being a leader, like amongst the team, you know, officially and unofficially, and then both in her life, like she's amazing. Like, does that wrap us up for the evening, gentlemen? Oh, there you go. He was on point. All right. Well, then beer mentioned the pod. I just discovered Relic Brewing today in Plainville, Connecticut, just outside of Bristol, and I was having their Oktoberfest. And what were you guys having again? Ferris, do you have his Latan quote for us? Let me hear it. Amazing. Um, I'm going to call an audible because Ferris thought I was being not appropriate. But I believe I just sent you 3 pictures from Batman comics in the 50s. I believe it's the 50s or 40s. Well, no, but this term just meant something different then, but it doesn't matter. You need to see what I sent you. You need to see Ron just read it. And what we've got is a very Dick Tracy style art style, because this is his old Batman. This is like 50s, before the Dark Knight, when it was cheesy, before even, Adam West came along. And it's got, meanwhile, the Joker's hideout, and the Joker saying, "So they'll laugh at my boner, will they? Then I'll show them how many boners the Joker can make," as he's smacking a paper that says the Gotham Gazette chortles at Joker's boner. To which he then gives a brilliant idea and says, "The emphasis on boners has given me an idea for a new adventure in crime. Gotham City will rule the day at mention of the word boner." Again, at the time, the term meaning a stupid mistake. And as he goes on the radio saying, "This is the Joker. How do you like my boner crimes, eh? Ho, ho, ho. Who's laughing now?" Which might be some of my favorite. And my favorite may be the very end of the book, when a politician next to Commissioner Gordon is shaking Batman's hand, who Joker had made him look. He pulled the world's biggest boners and says, "Our city and indeed our nation owe you an apology, Batman. Actually, they committed the greatest boner of all by losing faith in you." To which Batman says, "Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Let's hope we've seen the last of things like boners and jokers." Yes, it is. There's another great quote, but I couldn't find the panel for it. But the quote from it is, "Batman, you were so busy forcing..." Oh, no, Batman says to Joker, "You were so busy forcing me into a boner, you forgot that you were committing the biggest boner yourself." This whole book is great. I'll send you the link from Screen Crap. So there you go, Ferris. That didn't just come from anywhere. There you go. All right, gentlemen. Always a pleasure. Oh, my God. Always a pleasure. Yeah, that's the plan. Love the beer. Cherish the game. The Brutiful Game.